Access to justice it's different for different people. It means different things for different people. But basically, our justice systems are really costly and complex, confusing, and time-consuming. And access to justice is helping people overcome some of these barriers.
In some types of court cases, it's up to about, I think, 80% of people are self-representing right now just because they can't afford to access the services of a lawyer.
It's really the point where law and justice come together. So you might have heard before that just because something is legal doesn't mean it's right. And I think there's two sort of systems happening. We have our legal system, but we also have this justice piece.
There's a group of people who can afford lawyers and who know how to access those services, and then there's a huge percentage of people who just have no idea.
So I think access to justice is about bringing justice, which has to do with sort of our moral compass and people and individuals, and putting those two things together.
What's important is ensuring that people can resolve problems in their lives if and when they have those problems. There's research that shows that half the population will experience a significant legal problem over a 3-year period, and if you expand that out over a lifetime, that means everybody is going to have at least one, and probably many, significant legal problems.
Kamloops doesn't have a lot of the same services that you'd find in somewhere like Vancouver or even Victoria.
People are, spread further apart. There's a lot of people who live outside of Kamloops.
Resources tend to be concentrated in larger urban centers. So although Kamloops has quite a few resources, if you think about areas around Kamloops, that may not be the case.
The way that the system is now, justice is only really attainable for the most part for people with money or corporations.
Having access to legal information, to support, to lawyers, this is fundamental to our ability to function in society.
When you have such a large percentage of the population that doesn't have access to justice, what you're doing is you're saying that those people's problems aren't worthy.
We can't live together unless we're looking out for those that are marginalized, who are most vulnerable.
If you're looking at problems about family separation, if you're looking at issues about people finding places to stay, finding places to live, even if you're looking at issues around economic vitality in this community, all of those are access to justice issues in a sense. It's important to everybody in the community because it will affect everybody in the community. And often it'll affect those who have the fewest resources the most. For us to be a healthy community, it's important, just as we want health to be something that is raised up through the community, I think the idea of a shared sense of justice is something that also needs to be raised up.
TRU law is really making access to justice a priority through things like Access to Justice Week, which is a whole week full of events, speakers and activities.
Every day it's brought into our classes in a different way.
We have more faculty members per capita at this law school who take an interest in access to justice than any other law school in Canada.
Giving students an opportunity to participate in the legal clinic here is a real way of sort of fostering a spirit of access to justice.
It also gives an opportunity, more importantly, for members of the community to find free legal services.
We also have the National Self-Represented Litigants West project, which was just launched. I am one of the coordinators of Pro Bono Students Canada at the school, and then we're working with Away Home Kamloops, Kamloops Immigrant Services. In a lot of ways, the school has really taken it to heart, and we're really interested in investing in the community and making sure that the community knows that the law school is a great resource.